Alright, it is now time for the world famous studio tour here at Universal Studios Hollywood. And of course, take it for the ride. Let's go.
We're going to turn the corner so you can kind of see how these, as much as they're decorated, are not real sets. So as we turn the corner here, see how short this building is, right? That's only really room for like an entryway, right? Maybe half a kitchen, because they're not real buildings, right? They're just made for the exterior shots. Even all of these bricks, if anyone wants to guess how many bricks are in this wall, you're only right if you say none. Exactly correct. Not one real brick. These are made out of like plexiglass, fiberglass, plaster of Paris, plaster itself, or whatever, what have you, whatever works for production. You make molds of bricks, stone, even wood molds or steel, right? And you put that up like wallpaper, staple it into the building structure so that it looks like what you need it to look like without it actually having to be something you have to bricklay. Takes weeks or months to do. To your left, we have London Square. There's more of a European feel to it, but recently this wasn't London at all. You don't have to do whatever it's named after. This is the courtyard for a retirement home facility and a new show from Mike Schur, starring Ted Danson, called A Classic Spy. Now, Ted Danson's supposed to play like an undercover mole at this retirement home. I think it sounds hilarious, and I cannot wait to see what happens with it. Now, most recently, you've seen these sets in Maxine, starring as themselves movie sets in a 1985 version of Hollywood with Mia Goth, written and directed by Ty West. Now, look to your right-hand side. This is a little preview for our next big location. This is our monster mural done by the artist Tristan Eaton. Take a look.
Thou shalt rise again.
Celebrating our Universal monsters, Tristan Eaton never touched one paintbrush to this wall. How did he do it? Hands of spray paint. That's his main medium. And look what an incredible job he did. Ooh, any fans of The Voice want to look to your left-hand side. This is where The Voice currently films, in these two sound stages, with a wall lifted up in the middle so they have enough room for their live studio audience, for their stage, swivel chairs. To your left again, Soundstage 33 is where they're in production for a show called Happy's Place right now. It's a brand new show coming out October 18th starring Reba McEntire. To your right, a little sneak peek of our Western sets. We'll see those a little bit later. And to your left again, this is an area called Park Lake, also known as Hollywood's Ocean. It's a popular filming location used in movies like Tammy with Debbie Reynolds, or Showboat with Carl Robinson and Hattie McDaniel. It's also been seen in shows like McHale's Navy, Gilligan's Island TV movies would film out here, but probably most famously known for being the home of the creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, our monster movies are a very big part of Universal's history, and we're going to go to the birthplace of the monster movie and the birthplace of the horror genre, our little Europe set. So let's say the world is right around the corner, and we're going to turn the corner into these sets that can transform you to any European place you want to go. Any nation, even if it's fictional. This was once the fictional country of Genovia in The Princess Diaries 2, a world engagement where Amelia Mignonette, Thermopolis Rinaldi, Princess of Genovia, played by Anne Hathaway, was here with Julie Andrews, Chris Pine, Abigail Breslin. You've also seen this as home of future pirate kings. Elizabeth Swann as Port Royale and Tortuga in Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. You've seen this in movies like The Muppets. Miss Piggy would consider herself royalty, so still goes to the theme. Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog were here when it was a Paris, France for that film. This is even a storybook town in the 1997 adaptation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, starring Brandy and Whitney Houston. That filmed out here as well. But it's not only royalty that's out here. You've seen these sets play a nice little jubilant little neighborhood 12358W to be exact, when it was the afterlife in The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, on deck.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
Hi there. How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
one of our more recent comedies to film here. 4 seasons. You can find them online. They're spectacular. But of course, we've been remiss without talking about the monster movie history of this area.
I told her that we were going to go to Universal.
So obviously the sets have gotten a little facelift since the 20s through the 50s when we were filming these movies. But it was still in the very same area where these movies were brought to life. Monsters like Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Phantom of the Opera, Wolfman, The Invisible Man, what have you, were part of our monster movie legacy. Now these movies are what got us out of the Great Depression. These are the movies that put Universal on the map as a movie studio, but they were also the start of the horror genre.
When we think of Universal, we think of monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein,
The Wolfman,
Bride of Frankenstein,
The Mummy.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame,
The Invisible Man,
The Phantom of the Opera. Classic films. They're just brilliantly made.
That Frankenstein image, flathead, bolt, it's one of the great icons of the world.
That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film. And I was just mesmerized by these movies.
Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They still ring in our memories now, and we love them.
Now, folks, I do want to remind you at this point of the tour. Oh, by the way, those Universal Monsters are going to come back to us in a really big way next year. Universal Orlando is opening a brand new theme park called Epic Universe with one of their 4 lands, the Dark Universe, being dedicated to these monsters. So I cannot wait to see what they do. But for now, we can enjoy them at Halloween Horror Nights. Now, we're going to go inside of a soundstage right now. I do want to stress, if you drop anything inside of this soundstage, I am unable to get out and get it for you, as it is unsafe for anyone to exit the tram. Please keep a tight hold of your belongings, especially in here. And please take pictures, take video. There's no flash photography, particularly when we're inside. The glare can get really bad on the windshield, and it can be dangerous for driving. But other than that, stay seated, keep your arms and legs inside. You can see what the set looks like when it's ready for production. Now, there's really a ticket machine heist in here. If we go to the front, we'll see right here, they have a ticket machine open with the money bag prop right there. They even have their lights on. Now, for this kind of scene, they'll kind of angle it 6 different times, angle their camera 6 different times at least. And so they'll move their cameras around. It takes a lot of time just to get one scene. We have Okay, wasn't expecting that. A little California tremor. Everyone okay? We're going to be fine. Let me just get the tram back online. Oh, no. Everyone, I don't know how to advise you. Just hold on to stuff and hold on to your butt. Everybody, give yourselves a round of applause. You just survived an earthquake, the big one. You did exactly what a native Californian would do in an earthquake, absolutely nothing. You just sit there and you're like, is this going to be big enough that I'm going to have to move from where I am? And then it's over usually by then. The next step is to go on social media and post, was that an earthquake? Anybody else feel the earthquake? You gotta get confirmation. Maybe there's a subway train goes by real fast. I don't know. Now, we're about halfway through our tour at this point. I do want to remind everyone to stay seated, keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle. Remember that the studio is private property, so if at any point you drop your phone, you just can't wait to use the restroom, pull that red cord to get my attention, but you remain seated on board the tram. Now, I do feel bad about the shakeup, okay, unexpectedly. So we're going to go to my favorite place to kind of relax and cool down. I'm a Pisces, I love the water. We're gonna go to the New England beach town of Amity Island. You guys just feel, I feel safer already. I feel calmer already. Just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Very nice, everybody. Look out at the water. Doesn't it just look, giving you like a calm sense of like zen and, oh no. Does anyone else see the shark? I mean, we don't have to worry, right? We're on the tram, the shark's in the water, right? Completely separate entities. And it's not like anyone's swimming out there. So maybe we'll just watch it and we'll swim away. And, oh no. Guys, that's my friend George. He's a diver. He really likes sharks. George, nails all the time. George, do you have a cage? George, just swim back to the boat, buddy. We'll figure it out. I promise I'll take you to the aquarium this weekend if you swim back to the boat. George. How much do you think that might be like a bunch of fruit punch he had in his pocket? Think it's that? Probably fruit punch, right? We're just gonna pretend it is. I can't really deal with tragedy very well. We're gonna go ahead and move along. I'll find George later, and we're just gonna wait here patiently behind the flammable gasoline barrels and everything. It's gonna be fun. You know what? Does anyone know what kind of shark that was? A great white? Really, you're so close. A really great guess. The mechanical shark. That was a really, really good guess. Very close. That mechanical shark works very well for us here on the tour. However, on the set of Jaws, that was not the case. Steven Spielberg almost didn't have a directing career because this movie was going to flop. But luckily for him, editor Verna Fields had the brilliant, beyond brilliant idea to get footage from the perspective of the shark, and that made Jaws the suspense thriller that we know and love today. So thank you, Verna, saving Jaws, saving Steven Spielberg's career. Now we're going to go ahead and go to another attraction, but don't worry, this one is a simple weather demonstration, y'all. I even brought America's favorite weather anchor to help me out.
Time for my favorite part of the tour, weather. When it comes to film and TV, it is truly a special effect. In fact, to demonstrate how weather effects are created, we debuted our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1968.
Now, usually waiting around for rain in Southern California, it's a lot like waiting for Chad Michael Murray at the end of a Cinderella story. Useless and disappointing. So we make our own rain here on the backlot. We'll show you exactly how we do it. 3, 2, 1, and there's the rain. All right, so this rain is brought to you by a very high-tech Hollywood device that we use. It's called a sprinkler. I'm just kidding, they're called rain towers, and the tower above the set, you use recycled water, shoot it up into the air, allow it to fall back down naturally. And because the water is recycled, you just keep doing the same water all day long. You can keep this effect going as long as we need it to. We've also added some thunder and lightning, sort of up the ante for our actors in this scene. The lightning is strobe lights on the tops and sides of the building. The thunder is a sound effect played out of speakers. If we wanted to darken it, we could also put tarps over the set to make it look a little bit more like a stormy kind of a climate. But you know what? I think our storm's gone on a little bit too long. Weather effect, but wasn't that more exciting? And here it is in one of my favorite movies, Big Fat Liar. This movie stars my favorite Lizzie McGuire guest star, Frankie Muniz, America's sweetheart, Amanda Bynes, Paul Giamatti, and his stunt double,